Unfortunately, folks, I'm a little too winded right now to complete the Dell Latitude C800 video tonight. I will tomorrow, I promise. The reason why I'm so wore out right now is because I pretty much pulled off a computer miracle. And the reason it's a miracle is because it involves the Packard Bell Legend 822CDT. Now, as you know, even though I've gutted the hard drive out and put a compact flash card in it, I am a sucker for originality when it comes to Packard Bells, especially if it's the one from my childhood, like this. Well, one thing that has always bothered me about this 822 is ever since I got this back in April, the floppy drive that was in here did not sound right. As crazy as it sounds, just to show you how OCD I am about this, the floppy drive did not sound right. And I'm mostly talking about when it seeks during the power on self test. The floppy drive that was in here was not loud enough. It would make that noise, but you could barely hear it. Now, I recalled that the floppy drive that I had in my Legend 1510 Supreme made that noise perfectly, just like the original 822 did. And even though the computer is all gutted now, I still had the floppy drive from the Legend 1510 Supreme. So I grabbed it, and this is where the tricky part came. Have you folks ever replaced a floppy drive on a mini tower model Packard Bell like this? Well, don't. Unless you really, really, really have to, because unlike most Packard Bells, particularly the desktop models, like this one, removing the floppy drive is just as simple as taking the top cover off, removing a few screws, and voila, you're done. Well, not so on the mini tower. You see, you're able to remove the screws on the left side of the computer, no problem at all. But on the right side, the screws are blocked by a sort of important piece of any computer known as the motherboard. And so, the only way to remove the screw on this right side was to unscrew the motherboard. It's on like a little mounting bracket. I'm not going to show you because if I take this computer apart again, I'm going to kill myself. You have to remove the motherboard with the mounting bracket, and before you'd even do that, you have to remove any expansion cards you have, and then you got to remove the riser card, and then ever so slightly lift the mounting bracket away so you can get your screwdriver in there to remove the screw. And so, after a lot of sweat and tears, I was able to get the floppy drive removed, and this computer now has the floppy drive from the Legend 1510 Supreme. Not in as good as condition, but who cares? And one thing I did not do was I did not put the screw back on the right side of the floppy drive, because in case if I ever need to replace it again, I don't have to remove the motherboard again. And it already has like little mounting screws here at the very front of the drive, plus the actual main screw on the left side, so this floppy drive ain't going anywhere. And with that said, I might as well show you probably the silliest thing I have ever obsessed about with a Packard Bell. Keep your ears open for this sound this floppy drive is going to make, because I just get a kick out of it. It's music to my ears. Here we go. There it went. I really need to get a life, don't I, folks? But yeah, that is, a lot better sounding than the last drive. Even though the last drive worked perfectly, I just couldn't stand the fact that it wouldn't make that sound loud enough during the power on self-test. And so, being the crazy idiot nut I am, I gutted this computer just to have a louder floppy drive. And there we are, all booted up. Still don't know why that C drive folder pops up whenever I start Windows, but I think I might go to bed pretty soon. Actually, I do have one more small video to make involving a pretty major announcement. And don't worry, GPPL here on YouTube, I will be making the rest of the Latitude C800 video tomorrow. It's just my obsessiveness just got to its breaking point tonight with this Packard Bell, so it's coming, don't worry. For now, this is Billy Core signing off.